Hello and welcome to our training video on funding opportunities. Funding opportunities is where you would create and post new funding opportunities online. So when there's a new grant competition that needs to be advertised, you can create a funding opportunity and post that opportunity live. Prospective applicants can then view those opportunities and if they choose to, create an application. They can create an application in the system, fill out that application and all the forms, and then submit the application to you. Funding opportunities are comprised of opportunity components. You have a general information, a business rules section, descriptions, attachments, and website links, as well as your associated forms. You can copy a funding opportunity, you can create a new one, or you can update an existing funding opportunity. So let's start by logging in using your internal login. We're going to click on Funding Opportunities. So to create a new funding opportunity, we're going to click Add New Funding Opportunity. And this will open up the general information form, and you will complete these fields. Now let's talk about copying a funding opportunity. To copy a funding opportunity, select a similar funding opportunity that has the same exact program area, because funding opportunities can't cross program areas. You will click Edit Funding Opportunity, and then next you will click the Copy Opportunity. You'll receive a confirmation pop-up on your screen. Just click Copy. You're now working in the copied or newly created funding opportunity, so be sure to edit your title and remove the word copy. When you're finished, you would again just save the form information. In this video, we will be going over the scenario of updating an already existing funding opportunity and the steps necessary for posting the funding opportunity live for applicants to apply. So now we will go in and click on Funding Opportunities and select the funding opportunity that we would like to update. Again, keeping in mind it has to be the same exact program area because they do not cross over. Let's click Edit Funding Opportunity. Now first, when we click on the general information link, which will be the very first component in your component listing, we must click Edit Form. The first field you will see is the ID of the funding opportunity. This is hard-coded as the system automatically generates this number when the funding opportunity is created. This cannot be changed. Next is the status. So we have quite a few options for statuses. It's editing status. This is the status that the system automatically sets the funding opportunity to when it is created. External users and testers are not privileged to the funding opportunity in this status. There's a test status. When you want to test the funding opportunity and the forms, your funding opportunity must be in test status and your login ID must be a tester type. This status is only privileged to tester type and internal type users, not the applicants. An applicant is an external user type. There's also the posted status. This status is used to post your funding opportunity live to accept applications from registered applicants. External users will only have access to apply to a funding opportunity in the posted status. There's closed. So this status is automatically set by the system if you enter an application deadline. So no external users will be able to apply in the status. You can also use this status if you are, say, starting after the application phase because the grants are always accessible. This just means that this funding opportunity is no longer live and is not accepting any more applications. There is suspended. You can use this status, say, if you wanted to postpone it for a reason. You can always start it back up in the future. We have archived. This status is used once you have paid out all grants. And this also will help clean up your system. So when you archive, you are removing it from your main view. So let's look at the next field. The next field is the title. So we're going to enter the title of the funding opportunity here that the applicant sees and that follows throughout the whole system. So you want to stay consistent with the existing funding opportunity naming structure for similar funding opportunities that you've already rolled out or plan on rolling out. The agency, this will automatically default to your agency if it applies. Program area, this is your program area that funding opportunities will be associated with and can be changed. This is also an association with your forms. As I stated earlier, funding opportunities do not cross over program areas. So make sure this is the program area that you want to create this funding opportunity for. The next field is the program officer. So you will scroll down using the drop-down list and select the program officer for this funding opportunity. You will only be able to choose internal users associated to the same organization in your organization database. If you do not see someone there, go back and check who they're affiliated with as far as the org. We have an award amount section here. If there is no minimum or maximum that applies for this funding opportunity, click Not Applicable. Example, if you set, say, a maximum award amount of $100,000, it restricts the applicant from requesting an amount that is over that range. So if it's a budget total over $100,000, the system will not let them submit in. We also can offer a pre-application. Choose yes or no. If you choose to offer pre-application, then the applicant will be required to submit 2 applications for this opportunity. A pre-application or letter of intent, followed by a final application. If you do not offer a pre-app, then only the final application will be submitted. If you're offering pre-applications, you must have pre-application forms. If you're offering a pre-application, you must set an application deadline. If there will be the pre-application stage at all, just simply go in, click on that, and enter in the date and time. We also have the application deadline. Now, the application deadline is required because obviously you have to have the final application no matter what, even if you don't offer the pre-app. However, if this is a funding opportunity that you are going to offer year-round or until you've expended all of your funds, simply choose Not Applicable. We also have project start and end date. The end date and the start date are optional. However, if you do enter them, then all the grants awarded under this funding opportunity inherit those dates. So a lot of times it's easier to go ahead and enter the start and end dates here and append a few, even if it's not accurate for all the grants you are awarding. And last, there is an award announcement date. This is an informational field only for the applicant, and it is not required. So once all of your fields have been updated, just simply scroll to the top of the general information page and click Save. You must click the form list after you've saved this because that's what will take you back to the funding opportunity components page. So let's look at the next item that you will be updating. This is the business rules. So the first section you come to is the application business rules. So the first option is, do we allow applicants to submit questions? This feature will allow the applicant to submit questions into the system. If you answer them, then the question and answer will be displayed to all applicants on the funding opportunity preview. The next option you will see is to allow applicants to copy old applications. Select yes or no. This feature will allow applicants to copy an old application into the new application, then edit and submit the newly created application under the new posted funding opportunity. We can allow for inventory items to be associated and submitted in with the application. We also have review roles. So you can check yes to use the review process. This requires that applications are reviewed by assigned reviewers prior to awarding. If you click no, this means that the applications can be awarded without a formal review process period. Review rounds will be discussed in a later video. The review rounds affect the review process. You can designate the number of review rounds that will eventually be there to review the apps submitted under this funding opportunity. You can also name them. There's also approval rules. So we can set the maximum number of approval levels for each document type. Up to 5 levels are allowed. There's status report rules. This forces the grantee to enter a status report period range on a submitted status report. There are claim rules. We can actually set the system to yes, and it will hide all budget rows in the claim that have 0 values. All these review rules, approval levels, status report, and claim rules will be discussed in further detail in subsequent videos later in the training. Let's just scroll up to the top and click Save on the Save Business Rules. Let's click back on the component forms list again. Now, the next 2 items are optional. The description, the attachment, the website links. The description, however, you definitely want to make sure that you enter all descriptive information about the opportunity in this section, because this is what the actual applicants will be reading to see whether they are eligible to apply, what the funding opportunity entails. So make sure you enter a very descriptive amount of information in this section. It's an RTE field that will allow you to format your description also. So once you've entered your description, click Save Form. And as I said, the last 2 items are truly optional. These allow you to upload any electronic files for the applicant to view, download, or any website links to take them to other places for further information. You can also preview the funding opportunity by clicking the Preview button. Okay, I think now we need to move on to what we call the associated form bar for the funding opportunity. These are tabs. So let's back up, go back into the title. And what I want to address now is edit the funding opportunity. And let's talk about these tabs across the middle of your screen. The connection between the funding opportunity and the forms is the program area. The system will only allow you to choose forms that you created that are either program area specific that you indicated in the general information of the funding opportunity. So the program area drives the forms that you're going to see here. You can have either program area specific forms, or you can use any global forms. Now, global forms can be used for any and all program areas. Once you have ensured you have the desired forms in the correct program area and the correct category, you're ready to associate those forms. So just please note that if you are a brand new client of DTPI and we are responsible for your form creation, we have added the forms for you, so please do not remove it. This is only an example to show you what you would do in the future, or anyone else that's been using our system for a while and you need to actually go associate the forms. In this example, we are going to click on the Application tab. Now, these are the forms associated with your funding opportunity for the application process. These are the forms that truly, when an applicant comes in to apply, this is what they would be completing and submitting into the system. Through your testing of the funding opportunity, you will see if your forms are set up correctly. So to add more forms, we want to click the Add Application Forms button. The listing will show any forms that you haven't already added that you have a possibility of adding for this funding opportunity. To remove any forms, you would just simply click Edit Application Forms. You will uncheck any unwanted forms in the Include column over on the left-hand side. The order you choose for your applicant to view on their side is also there to complete. You can alias your form names for the applicant. You can make the form an internal only form by clicking Grantor Only, or internal edit only form by clicking Grantor Edit Only. You can change the stage and show any form as a pre-app only or a final app only, or set this form to be editable in both a pre-app and final app stage. There's even one more option that will allow you to have the applicant edit the form in the pre-app, but lock it down to a view only in the final app. The other columns that you see, the in template, the global form, the copy to grant, and show and review are view-only options that are set in the form creator, but you have a view in your funding opportunity so you know how those are working. Again, you cannot edit them here. Those options are set in the form creator. This is just a view. You can also set the review rounds here for each form, so each form can be designated as to what round this form shows in. This will also be discussed in a later video. The in-use column is a very convenient, helpful tool to show you where this form is currently being used in other funding opportunities. To use this feature, you don't click on it, you hover with your mouse over the check mark. When you are done editing your application forms and have them set up properly, you would click Save Application Forms. Make sure you do save your changes. This logic is the same for every task. Some of these modules are optional depending on your process. If you intend on using any one of these modules, you must associate the forms here. Before you post your funding opportunity, please be sure you have thoroughly tested, submitted in an application, and approved your forms. When the forms are approved for use, come back to the funding opportunity components and post your funding opportunity by clicking the Post Opportunity button. You will receive a confirmation pop-up, and this will automatically change the status to posted when you click Post. External users will now be able to view this funding opportunity and create an application for this funding opportunity and submit it in. Thank you for watching our training video on funding opportunities.